April Fool's then. 70 degrees out here.
How many times do we have to go through this before we get to the end?
3 hours. We had almost 3 hours left, I think.
Or 20 something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
We had at least 20 hours.
Yeah, into this series.
No, yeah.
He's doing something.
Poison ivy, we don't mess with any of them foliage because I'm not sure what poison ivy looks like exactly. And I don't want to find out the hard way. Now some stuff, like this ferny looking stuff, is not poison ivy.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, cookie.
I like this camera. It's a lot like a GoPro. I do like this camera. It's a lot like the GoPro. This is literally a GoPro type camera. I do have an actual GoPro sitting around though.
Whatever it is.
This is the Brave 7.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is I do have a GoPro sitting around that I have used for a couple of my videos, and I'm still going to use that. During the Minnesota trip, I'm probably going to use the GoPro for at least one video. And I'll probably upload it too.
The GoPro is definitely your sturdiest camera.
Yeah, and it's probably the greatest one.
The mic, not so much. And it doesn't have a screen on the back.
Yeah, but the microphone is halfway decent.
No, it's not that bad, right?
I actually like the quality that I get with the GoPro. I got to go back to that. You know, there was Silver Springs that I did. I know that, but there was another place too that I got to go back and do.
The GoPro is set at 1080/30, right?
Yeah.
And no date on the screen. Because when the battery goes dead, it loses the date, and we don't have it synced to the smartphone, so we can't adjust anything.
Yeah, the GoPro just sits there. But it's still a good camera to use,
Oh, no, it's still a good camera.
And like, so when I go to that Silver Springs place that has the water, I guess I'll take the GoPro through that.
And you had fun with the GoPro in the pool.
Yeah.
Because it is the most waterproof camera that we own.
I'm definitely going to take the GoPro out to a hotel at some point when I go out to a trip.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be a hotel tour too. That is something I will be doing because I do like getting hotel tours.
Now you've got that camera on a lanyard.
Yeah.
And if you let the lanyard go, if you let the camera go, it goes upside down, close to your waist, right?
Yeah, if I drop it, it's just going to go a few feet down.
No, it's not going to go far. It's not going to go very far down. But if you were using it as a hands-free camera, well, first off, it'd bounce around a lot. Mm-hmm. And now we turn around. Oh. And then we bump into you.
Yes, we should sit of our bracket. I'm letting these girls get to hiking.
Yeah, there are the kids up there, so make sure you aim.
Yeah.
Somewhere farther ahead there's adults.
Yeah, there's those people again. Sometimes we get this with nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, with nobody when a lot when it's hot.
And of course these parts will be available, you know, in the almost 12-hour segment too as well, even though I do put these videos up just by themselves. I consider doing 1080p 60, but I can't really do that. I don't really have the ability to upload 60 frames per second videos.
The 60 frames per second on the camera didn't really work that well, did it?
No, it didn't.
I know that the 4K, I know, has none of it's real 4K.
I gotta go to the Vard Zoo again at some point, because I know that'll be in the future.
Yeah. Not sure when we're going to do that. Come around here, you're either going to have to have to go left.
Are we gonna go to another location or no?
I don't think we have time to go to another location.
Well, I guess we're just gonna end it once we get to the end of this.
Yeah. When we get to the end of the boardwalk, back to the parking lot, we
Can you can you still go? Oh crap! This is this bush that I suddenly got hit in the face by, and it's got water on it.
I've not checked the rain gauge today, but I checked it yesterday afternoon, and we had a little over 4.5 inches of rain, and it continued to rain on and off last night and this morning. Let's check when we get home.
The cool thing is this is a small little camera that I can walk around with. And I'm glad I'm over their time limit, YouTube, with all that. I can go pretty long. And one of these days I will be doing a full I think we do.
I work for the park. I work at the nature center. Hey.
They know what they're doing, so they can go through that.
She says she works at the nature center. She works for the park, at the building. Well, at least that's what she said. She could be telling the truth.
Yeah, but you know, they know what they're.
Not going over here.
They know what they're doing. I mean, the thing you have to remember, they know what they're doing.
In theory.
They can do all they want.
If she is an employee, she is probably allowed off the boardwalk. We are not employees,
So
we're
we-
not allowed off the boardwalk.
And we are not going to do that.
The reason they have a boardwalk is so the nature trail does the least amount of interfering with the native plants and wildlife. Although we have seen snakes on here.
I gotta go to the Brevard Zoo at some point.
We will go back to the Brevard Zoo.
Even without doing the camping walk, we gotta do the other stuff.
Yeah, you gotta like drop 100 pounds before you go on a camping walk.
Which will never happen, but what will happen is we will get a tour of the Brevard Zoo. I think.
Yeah, we can go through the Brevard Zoo.
Because I haven't done a video, like I could do like a more in-depth video and tour the place.
Last time when we were going into the Brevard Zoo, you were looking through the train ride.
Yeah, but I think when we go there, we could do a video walking around, show the train ride and other parts of the zoo. Because you know I'm pretty good at getting a tour and stuff like that, and I can show hours of video walking around, and then we can end it at a certain point.
And Rotary Park Nature Center.
Alright, we're pulling in, and here we are.
We're at Austin Park. We didn't do a continuous video because I wasn't sure we would have time.
If I would have known this, I would have done continuous video.
Well, I didn't realize it was as early as it was.
Oh yeah, I see it. Can't really zoom in with this camera. And I'm not even going to try because that's what caused me to have the thing act like it shut off. That's why I had that "did I stop recording" moment, because it shut off the screen. I had to restart the camera.
Yep.
Of course, the second time it was the view screensaver, the second time. But the first time, it completely glitched out. The first time this camera completely glitched out, and somehow it recorded the moment. Didn't even think it was on at that moment.
On our next trip, I will not forget the new camera. Because I bought something that I was going to buy anyway. And they were offering a promotion. So I got the thing I was going to buy anyway. And they gave me a free binoculars that film. And I forgot to bring it. So next time, we will try to remember to bring it. And you can take with a regular camera, and I can take with the binoculars, and we'll see if I make everybody motion sickness.
Yeah.
There's the picnic table in the water.
Oh, over there. Yeah, I see it. Oh yeah, they fixed this. I remember this. They fixed.
Oh, they finally fixed it.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's over there.
Yeah, it's a little hazy because we got this mist in here. Let's see if I can.
What?
I'm going to use my camera to take a photo.
Let me see if there's any writing. I guess they took all the writing off. I don't see any. Oh yeah, I do see writing now.
Oh, this is a nice phrase. Everything I lose creates space for everything I need.
Oh yeah, this is. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I guess they left that one up, but there's other writings that I think they took off, and I'm kind of glad they're gone, because obviously these writings are, you know, some of the stuff was vulgar.
Yeah.
And I can't really show.
Vulgar stuff will happen again.
I know, but I'm not going to show graffiti, writing if it's, if it's got a vulgarity or an F-bomb put on it.
Now you can see how the water is higher up than it often is, usually showing more sand. That's not because of any flooding with the rain. We're closer to high tide.
Yeah.
And even though they call them the Indian River and the Banana River, they're actually not rivers. They're intercoastal waterways. Merritt Island and the beaches are basically really, really big sandbars at the mouth of the river.
Yeah.
I remember in the early 80s, there was somebody with a sailboat. They like kind of lived on the sailboat, or at least part-time. And they wrote a nasty-ish letter. They were mad. They didn't swear or anything, but they were mad because they couldn't get their boat under the bridge. And their boat's mast was shorter than the height the bridge was. And, you know, it wouldn't sail under. It was, you know, a couple inches too tall for the bridge. So they went and they bought a bunch of stuff and loaded the boat down. And it still wouldn't go under. And they were mad because the bridge was lying about how tall it was. And somebody commented on the editor, I guess, you know, they published some letters to the editor. This was before the internet. The editor asked if they were watching the tides when they were doing that, because the river is higher and lower depending on whether the tide is in or out. And what they were doing is trying to go under when it was at peak spring tide. And if they'd waited a few hours and tried again, they'd been able to go under. But the Indian River and the Banana River are actually brackish water. Kind of not exactly fresh, not exactly salty.
I guess we're to the end of this
At
now.
the mouth of the St. John's. Yeah, we're done now.